Welcome back to the Flashpoint 2 playoffs. I'm here joined by Dignitas VIE's coach Vendetta for just 60 seconds here on the clock to talk about their upcoming match. So, we did have you guys lose on the first map of Overpass, but our analyst desk was quite surprised with the way that the pick ban went. Did you expect them to pick Overpass?
No, I'll be honest. We expected Inferno. That's what we prepped for the entire week. So it was a bit of a surprise. And obviously, I think that kind of was on display as we played out. We didn't really get anything going. It became a pretty similar history or story as what we experienced versus Mad Lions.
That's fair enough. So the other surprise was you guys picking Vertigo. Now, this roster of 5 players has never played on Vertigo before in a professional match. And the last time this team did it, you were actually playing on the roster as well. So can you give us any insight as to what the Vertigo pick, what do you have in store for us? Or maybe something you saw that is a weakness in Fnatic?
Again, look, we have more info on Fnatic on Vertigo than they do on us. Obviously,
Sure.
We're going to be a lot better than what they were with me in the lineup. But yeah, it's a comfortable map. It's been going really well in practice. It's something that we know we have a pretty broad spectrum of strategies that we can pull out. So we're not going to get as stuck. And we also have an extremely solid CT side that we've been working on for quite a while.
All right, excellent. Well, we will be looking forward to your CT side plays here on map 2. Good luck in the series.
Thank you.
All
right, then.
All right. Well, I think that's going to be potentially an interesting second map.
Listen, I can admire a man with a glorious stash like that.
Yeah.
You know, he's got it figured out, Anders. He knows what he's about. Vendetta, the coach for Dignitas.
I'm pretty. He's laughing, saying like, you know, they're obviously going to be better without me in the team. I bet sometimes Ven thinks like, damn, I wish I could play it right here. Like, you know,
oh yeah, without a doubt.
Giving up. So
Ven is a competitor to the core.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad to see that he's in the mix here. I'm glad that he's getting his crack at the coaching role. And while right now it's not necessarily going his team's way, it's good to keep in mind that Fnatic, Overpass was their map pick.
Yeah.
So clearly Dignitas VIE weren't feeling it on that map. Now we go onto their territory where, as Vendetta says, they are going to be feeling it a bit more. They've got practices gone well. And so let's see, are they able to hit some headshots?
Well, we're going to find out right here. Crim's already going down. There is that headshot. It's Harry picking up Crim's strong start. And it's so early on that they could even slow it down a bit. They've got 2 P250s on Freiburg and Holzerk to try and take the fight to them. They also have a smoke and a Molotov there on the T side. So it'll be interesting to see how this is going to unfold. There is no smoke for Fnatic for an eventual defuse, which doesn't have to be a disaster, but it might be. There's a quick flank coming in, which I'm not sure. I mean, it has to be just expertly timed. Oh, that's a random shot. He just guessed that through the smoke. For the return is there pretty quickly. Freiburg picking up 2 kills with the P250, and Harry's going to find JW. What a start. A triple kill for Harry, and that will be Dignitas straight winning that pistol.
There we go. That is exactly what Dignitas needed to start off with strong here on Vertigo. It's what we were hoping to see out of them on Overpass, the first map of this series. And if you're just joining us now, Fnatic are in the lead right now, 1-0 in this upper bracket quarterfinal. And well, yeah, that's just JW. Luck of the draw there. Nice start, though, for Dignitas VIE. They need to get their confidence after that beating on Overpass. They need a strong start, so winning the pistol is the best way to do it. And now we need to see them survive the force buy, because Fnatic, of course, they're not going to be waiting around. They've gone straight for the pistols and the nades.
Freiburg, that shot on Brolin that was flanking them was so smooth. That looked really cool. And I love that earlier Freiburg interview as well. It's good to get some in-depth about some of these players that have been around for a long time. Double need, one of the less common ways of checking it, but the problem usually with checking with Molotovs is, you know, getting this weird fight where you get smoked and then you have to wait and then re-Molotov it, and then maybe by that time they're gone and you've, you know, lost track of them. Double need is pretty effective. And they're going to throw the Molotov anyway, so here we go. JW going down. It's a big stack on the A-bomb site, but it doesn't even really seem to be making any difference whatsoever. Freiburg pushing aggressively and will finally go down, but I think they've done plenty enough here.
Yes. Although Forrest and Harry are low, they have to be a little bit careful here, Dignitas. It's not as clean cut as they would have liked it to be, but they will get the bomb planted and ticking. Flusha currently waiting. We've got a smoke and play for him. We actually have 2 smokes here for Fnatic to use in this retake, and it's looking like they will be able to get one of them down. Another to follow. Heath is going to be playing in it, and Heath wondering right now, is anybody trying to stick this? Shots through, and he's lucky! He lines up Flusha! He thought he was trying to get the defuse going. Instead, it's going to be Flusha who's just standing in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now Crims chimes in with a headshot. No kit, though, means it's going to be impossible to get this going, but Brolan could get another kill. Takes down Forest, bonus 600, let's go.
Yeah, that $600 bonus actually, that's pretty cool. Going to give them something extra to work with. But at the end of it, it is Dignitas winning the round, although it's very expensive. And that Mac 10 will be brought into this next round, so potential for some more damage, maybe. All right. My favorite part of that about the Freiburg interview is there's a part in it where he says, and it's obviously he obviously means something slightly different, but he says something along the lines of, you know, like, you know, I want to let my players play how I want them to play, like something like that, which is just like, that's amazing. It's like a very friendly way of saying, you guys will do, you know, what I want.
Exactly what I say.
But it's like, I want to let them play how I want them to play. Thanks. I want you guys to have the freedom to do what I want you to do.
You know, that's that just happens to be the way that it works most of the time.
Yeah. You can have all the freedom in the world, Semler, as long as you do what I want you to do. It's fine. It's all going to be good.
Well,
all right. Well, they've had a bit of a struggle over at the B bomb site. They've gone for some exchanges, and they decided to go back to A, and that seems to be a really good call right now. Dignitas obviously just, you know, losing 4 players in the last round is definitely too much. Want to make it out of this one, especially with the AK and the Galils intact, and not lose too many more people here. Mac 10 is right there, and it'll be another Mac 10 kill. So that's actually now just building the bank for Brolan especially.
2 kills now with that Mac 10. That's so good. Now Brolan could be able to get that. He can get that AUG. He can drop an AWP for JW, no problem. It's actually going to be looking really good here. And Fnatic, of course, looking to inflict more damage. Another kill from Brolan. Get out of here. He nearly takes down Heath as well. Goes for the repeat. Body shot coming in from Crims. This is getting a little bit crazy now. Could make so much happen here as Crims is going to get the last one. Not enough time without a kit to get it defused, but maybe he can find an AK around here somewhere? No, doesn't look like it.
But even there's the Galil. I mean, 5 kills and a Galil and 4 kills in the previous round. This is unbelievably expensive for Dignitas. And I think even worse, this is your map pick, right? This is the sort of the thing where you could maybe try and surprise them. As Vendetta was saying, you know, we've got a lot more video on them than they do on us. So you come out like this and it's sort of, yeah, you're winning the first 3 rounds, but you're not going to be high-fiving after winning those last 2 rounds. You're going to be thinking like, yeah, let's go. Another one on the board, guys. It's going to feel like, man, what happens when they get rifles? We'll find out right now.
They line up as well, Forest. If there weren't that many people there, that is just so fortunate for Dignitas VIE. They were ready for it, and so they will be able to start strong. The 1-for-1 trade favors them on the T side. It means that Fnatic have to spread out and try and cover more ground with fewer players.
Wait, JW sneaking in. That's devastating. The rest of them are all in middle. They've all been spotted in middle, which means Fnatic have an incredible amount of information. That 1 kill is so devastating. That was the only. I think that was the only guy that was unaccounted for. I'm pretty sure Brolan spotted the other 3.
And he's still hanging around here too.
Yeah, just be. Why not? Oh, they're really in trouble. Almost like it would almost make sense just to go B and just hope to win the straight up fight there before too many more people show up. But I think Flusher is there with the AUG now, so it's hard when you walk up these stairs against the AUG though. We'll see.
I was wondering, are we going to get the boost here? Trying to get some kind of weird angle going. JW once again on the flank. Dude, he's relentless. He just doesn't stop. He's going to gut this entire push. He's right behind them. And now with all of these nades getting thrown in, oh, he doesn't waste any time. Needs to stay alive. Stay alive, JW. Backs off, and he plays it perfectly.
Oh,
Forrest
no.
vents his ire on Halzerk, takes him out. Punishment. Dude.
That is such, I mean, again, even the first kill is so lethal. They're just forced into like that B bomb. They can't, if they go back, they have to check so many weird corners to find JW. That is, and again, it comes on top of that, the last 2 rounds, right, where they survive with no players and 1 player, and without a bomb plant in that round, their economy's already completely wrecked. Some Deagles and HEs now being picked up here on the T side, but from Fnatic's point of view, they're going to be so unfazed by the way that this game was started. I don't think they care about losing the first 3 rounds here. If it keeps going like this, you're not even going to notice soon.
And Brolan just continues to bully them over here towards B as well. So Brolan just going to make life interesting for himself over here because, you know, if you're playing the B anchor and there's no action, it can get pretty dull, pretty boring. So he's just trying to spice things up a little bit. You know, get a little bit of movement. Good on him. JW, will he be able to react in time? Yep, he did spot that. Heath gets obliterated. And there's 4 players remaining here for Dignitas in this, well, 4 spy on their side at least. Pistols, Deagles used all the nades, and now they're grouped up to try and hit B once again.
Which is still very signaled at this point in time from Fnatic's point of view. They're still looking at the A ramp. Golden won't have seen anyone there for a long time, and JW got that deep kill. So none of this is going to be a surprise right now for Fnatic, which the one thing that you always want to try and have on any map on the T side, if you can at least get the jump on them, but that is not happening in this round. Brolan, I mean, he could go down here. Some wallbang shots are coming out. He's losing a little bit of HP. But 30 seconds left, and the smoke goes up to buy even more time. More of a rotation is coming in. Golden is still just on the radio over at the ramp saying there's no one here, and there never has been. So just if you want to rotate B, now is probably just a good time to do it. Flusher sneaking around the edge and getting the kill on Forest. Continuing. Again, the money that's being built right now on Fnatic. Just as a contrast even to what Dignitas have been doing so far. Surviving this round with 5 members alive, and that's just, yeah, what a start here for the Fnatic side. In spite of everything, 2-3, but it's the money, and it's still done for Dignitas. They have nothing to buy here.
Just monster rounds. And, yeah, this is going to be a very one-sided affair if it continues at this pace, where Fnatic, now Brolan, he's keeping that MP9. He's going to get to continue farming with it. This is going to be a hard eco thrown in here by Dignitas. And I actually like this. They're running to the one place where the MP9 shouldn't be. So they'll run in, and they are going to overwhelm Golden quickly. But JW, Johnny on the spot, going to be able to find 1, 2, and 3. No, Crims robs him.
Yeah, with an HE and everything else.
He still has the Galil. Oh, he finally swaps out for that M4.
Listen, what's good news is Forrest is the one that got that kill, and as a result, he's 0-5, because before he was -1 and 4. So,
oh, no, yeah.
He got the team kill.
That's right.
So now both him and Holzerk are at 0 kills going into the 7th round. You know, not a mathematician or anything, Sandra, but I think this is not a good sign.
Please enlighten me.
Just, you know,
the maths aren't your thing.
Not this kind of math anyway, you know.
Oh, right now Brolan is just wondering, is there anybody, like, what is the game of risk here? Exactly, because of how that smoke is set up, he actually has to worry about somebody being able to lurk out on the other side.
Boom. Holzerk down to 29 health. And it's really a big problem if you can't, on the T side of this map, take over that A ramp. Even if you never want to go A, you kind of have to push the CTs a little bit back. Because again, otherwise they can be so confident on mid and B. And you don't really want them to have that confidence. Brolan here, just a look with the MP9, and he lines up a big double. Heath and Harry are both gone. He's making so much money in this map early on.
He just doesn't care. He is so in your face. He's so aggressive. And so Brolan now, he just gets to dance on the other side of this smoke. 40 seconds on the clock. Forrest and Holzerk. Well, one of these guys should get a kill. Nope, not going to be Holzerk. He's at 0-6. Forrest, he can't let Fnatic get 3 rounds in a row where they just have 4 to 5 players surviving. And, well, it's looking like that's exactly what's going to happen. 0-6 for Holzerk and Forrest both.
This is so brutal, isn't it?
There's so much money for Fnatic now.
Yeah, they're ridiculously rich. And in spite of all of that, Dignitas, I mean, without the bomb, there's like 4 rounds, no bomb pass. So they're missing out on that little bit of a bonus. They're buying Tech 9s, which I can appreciate.
Look at that, a grin from Brolan. Showing some emotion.
They should be feeling pretty good right now. Here we go. Up the A ramp. Counter nades are coming out, landing on top of them. Again, is Holzerk the victim of one of those? A follow-up? Yeah, they're going to have to back on out. That's not going to do too much.
Does Heath get anything, though? JW is waiting. So JW, with that AWP, could be at risk. Of course, he is a big fan of combat opping, so up close is what he usually is all about. That volley, though, and he heard it. Yep, so you see Golden trying to put some shots through the wall. They heard that that tagged somebody, and sure enough, JW doesn't miss the point-blank flick. Hits the shot on Halzerk. Now we're going to get the hard rotate over towards B, and guess what, Flesha? This is your time to shine, buddy. Nicely done by Freiburg.
Yes, we're gonna hand them like what the first kill that they've had in the last 4 rounds or something. That is this is.
Dude, Flesha got 2 kills from the grave with that molly. That's crazy.
Just when you think you've got rid of him.
Turns out now, from the other side.
He's got that like zombie skeleton hand coming out of the ground. Like,
ripping his ripping. You've seen that Final Fantasy movie that they did way back in the day with the CGI? You know, where it was like the spirits, the souls getting ripped out of people? No?
No.
Oh, sick video. Dude, way ahead of its time. Go and watch it if you guys haven't. It's so sick.
There's a recommendation for you. Halzerk, he does again take a lot of damage, but he got the opening kill in this round. Taking down Flusher. It's a start. Alone on the A-bomb site, and on the ramp is JW with the AWP. They're trusting him to do that. And again, that does afford them way more of a defense over here towards middle. Forest setting up for a grenade right through the ceiling.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. He even knows about the wallbang. You can do that. It's cool.
He's put his work in, clearly.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Heap making a lot of noise, and just JW still hanging out. And I don't think Heap is expecting it, because again, they're probably thinking that Molotov would have forced someone back, and it just doesn't. Now, there's a big rotation to the A-bomb site for a second, so like if they hit the B-bomb site right now, maybe they can hit that timing window, if they can take down Golden. That is, I think, the only way that they get into this round here, Dignitas. If they wait too long, then people are going to start to show up. Already, Brolin is also there now. Deep Molotovs. Brolin goes down, actually, caught by Forest, and a little bit of a lineup here, but Golden is still in a lot of trouble, and he will go down. He was also getting flanked, as you could tell, by Forest, so nice hit from Dignitas. Actually very impressive. Getting the timing and getting in through middle, that was where Brolin came from, so altogether really cool movement. And Fnatic... It's tempting when you have this much money to go for this 2-on-3 retake. I wouldn't blame them if they tried, but it is going to be really difficult.
They have a molly and 2 smokes. So
yeah.
It makes me wonder. You can use a molly to block off behind those pillars there. But molly's been used, and it was to check behind the pillars. Smoke goes down. Multiple, in fact. There's the flash peek, and wow, nicely done. Freiburg peeking behind the flash. Finds both kills. They already have the AWP. That's how they're going to save it. So nicely done there, Dignitas, by finally breaking the streak. 5 rounds in a row for Fnatic. Dominant rounds at that. Fnatic now going to get to spend that money and just go all out. No AWP either from JW. Okay. He's been having a lot of success with the AWP. I'm surprised to see him switch off of it.
Almost makes you wonder if they're going to try and push the A ramp or something. Like just that difference. Yeah, we'll see. 10th round, and yeah, Dignitas VIE, it's very important they win that one. They need to win. Again, they must find a way to kill this economy on the CT side. It's so overwhelming at the moment. Some more nades. Yeah, look at him pushing forward. Brolin's going to get that kill, but over at the A-ramp, JW, I think this is why he doesn't have the AWP. Called from the beginning. A little bit of aggression there. Golden goes down, and yeah, JW might be feeling really uncomfortable. If there's one guy that far forward, you could probably guess there's going to be another one. He still gets the kill. Crims, though, getting picked off. Also covering the back line. Very, very important. And Dignitas come out on top. They should get a bomb plant here.
Dude, Brolin, he realizes it. Oh, he can hit the timing. Perfect. 2-on-2. HE in. So much damage. And what a peek! What a peek from Dignitas! You got to applaud it. That's the play. But Brolin nails both of them.
Quad kill on him, 13-4.
Oh, dude, that was such a great call from Dignitas, though.
Yeah, they almost caught him jumping there. That is so close. But yeah, first kill, just a random fight. Could have gone either way for both those players. You never know. But this follow-up here.
Dude, that's unreal. You're thinking at least the 1-for-1. That's what Dignitas are thinking. Like 2 versus 1. We take that fight. Maybe, you know, with both of us, we should kill him, but maybe it's a 1-for-1. And they line up and both get caught. Worst case scenario for what I think is actually a pretty cool call in the heat of the moment.
Wow. I mean, that is 6-4. And And the money, no bomb plant. Yeah, the round loss bonus. I mean, that's all good, but and you're not celebrating that right now. You needed that round very, very badly. Whew. All right. 11th round is coming up. We're back to the pistols, back to some of the Tech 9s here. Quick movement towards the middle and also their B stairs. Quick trade. That's a nice shot from Heath.
All right, take that. That's interesting. Instant Molotov getting put down. Heath is going to catch Golden through the smoke. And now, VIE is going to get real interesting for Flusha. Krim's also there. Catches them lined up once again. This time Forrest will be able to trade. It's all on JW, and they know, look at this, the flank. Doesn't matter. He's still going to win the one. 1v2. HE on top. No way. It lands on the wrong side of the box.
Oh, that smoke maybe a little bit short. I mean, he's going to use it anyway, but might have wanted to go a little bit further. Looking right on top. Actually, almost catching Harry. Forrest is going to be there, low on health. Doesn't even matter. Getting another couple of kills on the board. And I mean, that's a round that Dignitas should not have been winning, but it looked like at least a couple of members of Fnatic there were just caught sleeping.
And getting a bit too. I see. So Golden was trying to hit a timing, and he gets punished. Well done from Dignitas, Harry. Going to be needing to get a bit more focused here on the side of Dignitas. This is the tough thing for guys like Heath, Harry, where they just don't have that experience at this level. This is something that we have to keep in mind as far as Dignitas and this new roster are concerned. You're going to have the veterans in Forrest. Well, I mean, Forrest is just a legendary veteran at this point, if you include his 1.6 career. But Freiberg, these guys are the ones who are trying to get these younger players, these inexperienced players, that experience so that they can start fragging at the level that obviously, you know, Dignitas expect of them. But this is 2 opening kills now for Dignitas in a big round here. This could actually tie things up 6-6 in a moment.
Yeah, and I mean, some of the aggression from Fnatic that has actually worked out really well for them so far in the map. Maybe slightly getting, you know, at least anticipated by the T side now. We'll see if Fnatic want to make any changes to their style. Don't have to be super aggressive on this map. Although I really enjoyed it when it's working. I think it was really cool to see Fnatic what they were doing earlier on. But it does seem like it's a little bit backfiring in some of these rounds now. So see if they can rein it in. Golden, the only one of the A-bomb site with an M4. There were so many grenades that he should never have a chance to have like a really fair fight here. More grenades, more smokes, all the rest of it. He's actually going to flash and try and go for it a little bit. Doesn't work out. And I would say save the guns. 2 on 5. This is sort of needless.
Especially now you've finally broken the bank. I mean, Fnatic should be able to get a bye in the next round. But for JW, for example, he's broke, right? Yeah. Krims actually needs to survive this round and hang on to this M4 for the next one so that he can pass it over to JW. And it's looking like he's put himself in a position to do just that. So Dignitas now, finally, they've weathered the storm. What was looking like just an absolute out-of-control performance from Fnatic for a few rounds in a row there.
It's almost like if Krims ran straight for it, he could... I mean, they're close enough by that they could probably realize that, but...
It's planted for them, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and I just thought, like, in terms of timing, looked like maybe it could have been done. So, 6-6, all tied up, and finally something that actually looks like a nice round here out of Dignitas. It's weird, because 6-6, I mean, I think ultimately not that much of a bad scoreline, really, for the T side. I don't know. It's just been such a hard game for them so far. Fnatic are just so lethal. Brolin and Krims right now leading the board. With Heath also up there, 12 and 11. Definitely important. One of the players that certainly I mentioned before we got into all of this was obviously Holzerk and his AWPing, and wasn't really a factor on Overpass, but then again, nothing was for Dignitas. But on this map, again, like both Overpass and Vertigo are maps that absolutely you could do a lot of damage with the AWP, and they need that really badly.
Still waiting to see. Molly's just getting set into place here, and some patient play being shown by Dignitas. It's looking like they want to gather up towards B once again and hope to get the punish on Brolin, who's kind of cooled off. He's still sitting 14 and 6, Brolin. But you are going into his territory now, and Brolan right now has got eyes on mid, but he will be here to bolster the defense. Flusha going to spot the first man up, and Flusha, again, with the help of Brolan, finding that kill. The defense is low on health, and Brolan still finds another one. Flusha not going to manage, but it's a 3-on-3. They've done their damage.
That actually was not a bad defense for the UMP and not much else. I thought that would have been easier for the T side to get into. Nice grenade landing on JW. That'll soften him up a little bit. Forest. When that smoke fades, can he get any kind of a flick going on? They're actually shooting through it before anything else happens. 20 seconds. And yeah, they're going to go for a bomb plant here. They sort of have to. JW goes for the swing and takes down Forest. And a lot of trouble now. Alone, his whole circuit of 1 versus 3 with an AWP in the middle of the bomb site. This is going to be a disaster, surely. Oh, he picks up the Tech-9 and almost could have had it. Golden just barely swinging around for that. Man, I thought he was going to be dead already. Instead, barely Fnatic make it out of that round.
Man, finest of margins.
I mean, surely that would have been the clutch that would have got everyone fired up, right? On the Dignitas side. If you win that, you think, yes, like 1 versus 3. Now we've got a real shot at it, but didn't play out that way. Now they can still buy very critically on the T side. 7-6 in favor of Fnatic. And JW's back with the AWP now.
JW's back on the AWP, and so we'll see if he decides to get aggressive with it again towards ramp on A. And in the meantime, Halzerk still looking to see what we can get from him. Forest in mid, putting a little bit of pressure here. Brolan, no AUG this time. Has to get it done the old-fashioned way.
Again, it's Flusher on that UMP. Nice nade. Golden. They've already caught him here once, so they are probably a little bit aware. Smoke ready to fade, some shots coming through. He's going to keep pushing forward, finding the kill, going, I mean, nearly the double. That is almost happening for him.
Man, they've done so much down on JW. Heath is somehow still in this fight, and the flick attempt. JW going to get taken out, 3-on-3 now. Still waiting, though, and I'm curious if Hera could have heard the footsteps from Flusha. It's not looking like that's going to factor in here, however, as Dignitas are slowly working their way up the ramp. Heath and Forest working as a duo, but Brolan and Crim's waiting on the other side of that smoke. As it clears, they're going to be in position to deal with this.
The health that's left here is a really big problem for Dignitas, if nothing else. I think so who's that? That's Harry, who's been waiting for a long time, hoping to catch someone over on the other side. And no one is presented. No one's been pushing outside of that B-bomb site. I think that's what they're still hoping for. I think he could try and make some noise. If he throws in like a flashbang or a smoke, he could maybe hope to draw back some of the A defense and then go for it. Yeah, there's the smoke being set up, but it's already been found out. Forrest, the good headshot. Brolan, though, they're going to run right in, and that is the end of the round. It's a cool idea. I mean, I don't know what else they were meant to do, but the fact that the A defense was so far forward meant that that fake was never going to work. It's like someone maybe called it in and be saying, I think there's a grenade landing in B. Yeah, but I just saw, you know, everyone here at A, so.
Exactly.
That's it.
So the 15th round, no bomb plant, Anders.
I know.
Money is just, I mean, it's going to be enough for a buy. But no AWP for Halzerk. Has to go for Galil so he can afford some nades. Forest, same thing. Whereas on Fnatic's side, let's see. It's still going to be a little touch and go. They saved that AWP. It's not all of the nades, but it's still a reasonable buy coming in here from Fnatic. And now, very curious to see here, as once again, we will have the setup. Freiburg taking his time with the lineup.
JW is playing in middle now. So, bit of a different setup with the AWP. That in itself can be annoying, right? If you don't quite know where you're going to run into it. And he'll take down even flashed Harry. Flusher here with the UMP, going to try and catch them. And he will. Oh, nice shot coming out. And this round looks like it's on lockdown for the Fnatic side. A lot of trouble here. 6 rounds, I don't know if it's quite enough to call that a real success. Bomb is in middle, Heath is on 2 health, and Fnatic, I mean, yeah, even if they fumbled some of these rounds maybe a little bit, and Dignitas got the pistol round, if you remember that as well. So 6 rounds and winning the pistol, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Nice kill from Brolan. He's up at 19-7 at the end of the half here. And an overall scoreline of 9-6 in favor of Fnatic. They are so close to doing this and moving into that upper bracket semi-final, which is what we're playing for right here. Again, very, very powerful team. They're looking so good at the moment. We'll see if they can continue this kind of a run in the second half of Vertigo when we come back after the break. Here we go. 9-6 in the first half of this second map. We are on Vertigo, and it's definitely a better performance from Dignitas. If you factor in the fact that they won the pistol round, the fact that they overall got 6 rounds, I don't know if that's really that great. I think there were some rounds that they could have won that were sort of close where, you know, like it could have tipped the balance, but I just find myself searching for ways in which to say Dignitas aren't completely screwed in this. Like I'm trying to...
Sure.
I'm trying to like find ways to bring it back, and I'm actually not sure I'm doing a very good job. I really think this version of Fnatic is outrageous.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna have Brolon popping off the way he is, I mean,
did he just hold on? Did he just turn on burst fire to jump and try and do a burst fire wallbang shot and someone was there? Do you think we're not gonna arrest him if he does that? It works, like.
It is JW. He does not give a hoot about what you think about his burst fire.
He's an actual criminal, isn't
he? He is sick.
Again, it's just, if that had worked, you know, and because it's JW, you have to increase the chances that it could have worked by like 200% just default. All right, faking running back, pretending, all playing a game. They've got those like, you know, tip-tap shoes on, making a lot of noise as they run down, and now they're back saying, did anyone bite? Does anyone? No one bought it. Same people are still here at the A-bomb, so they're quite far away. They do have a... Oh, actually, well, not so much. The HEs are on the other side, but they could maybe bring the HEs back for an eventual bomb plant, which I think is you know, probably what those HEs are for. One of them on Freiburg already coming in. Forrest has the other one. Let's see if they can get here in time. They're just waiting for the sound of that bomb plant. Thinking about it. counting the seconds, and no, they're not going to be there. Might have been too much noise. A lot of gunfire going on, so not getting any HEs on that. Still have a smoke and a kit, of course, but quick bomb plant for Fnatic, losing nobody.
Somebody just banked a grenade off into nothing on Dignitas' side, so I'm actually curious what kind of nade that was. I didn't see. Still, bullets are better than nades right now. And there it is, Harry opening it up with 2. Flusha and Brolan, though, striking back on the part of Fnatic. It's all on Flusha now, and they know that he's close to the site. He has to hit this insane shot, tries to make it into the smoke, but it's not fast enough. Dignitas going to pick up the pistol round. Both pistols for Dignitas here on Vertigo, their map pick.
Very critical, Harry, I think, with the quad kill in that round. I think the first defuser in there was Freiburg with no kit. So I don't even know if that was sort of a, like, maybe Freiburg is that it doesn't have to be a mistake. It could have just been the Freiburg system. Someone has to tap the bomb so that they actually come fight us. You know, we can't just be so it could have made some sense there. Regardless, it's a pretty good retake. Actually, a very impressive retake, all things considered. So
pretty surprised that we did not. I'm curious about what happened with that HE. I think it was an HE or a volley or something, but it went flying off into the space. So there's Krim's getting caught trying to lurk his way through the other side of that smoke. Hauser going to get the nice punish. And this is a force buy from Fnatic.
Don't even think he was lurking. He was screaming his way through the smoke somewhere. He was just charging right through.
Listen.
There's no finesse at all, was there?
He saw a monastery, and he just couldn't help himself.
Apparently. Golden will go down. A little bit of trading back and forth. I don't know. From Fnatic's point of view, this might be all right, even if they're a man down. All right. The bomb, though, that's really annoying to Flusha. Losing a lot of health there. How much damage could they do? Bomb plant would be great, but another kill or two here would really be painful to the CT side. So they've fallen back really far. Playing for safety at the moment, Dignitas.
I really like to see that, though. Go for the retake. You do not have a kit picked up, actually, so that's a little problematic if this bomb gets planted. 2 players are close here for Dignitas, having to wrap through mid, and it is going to be them now trying to play for the retake with no bomb, with no kit. So they have 2 smokes. That's going to be...
And we know if there is a kit, it's going to be on the ramp.
Yeah, so Dignitas now, this is actually a little bit tough for him. Not going to lie, this is going to be a little bit tricky. Nice HE from Forrest, though, right onto Flusha. And now JW with the FAMAS catches him lined up. What a hero, Harry. If he's even a split second later there, JW might get away with that.
Would have been, yeah, that would have been disastrous if you'd just fallen back down onto the ramp out of sight. This is still a very a devastating round. You know, you lose 4 people, they get a bomb plant. If you're Fnatic, you could justify going for a buy right now. Normally, you would say now just go for the half buy, whatever. You could go all in because you know that's so gonna wreck their economy. So I feel like old Fnatic would have 100% immediately bought. I would say you could still justify it here. They're just going to go halfway. It's fair play.
Listen, bunch of deagles. You've seen how these guys have been hitting shots. They can definitely do some serious damage. That's probably what they're banking on now, Fnatic.
I would have wanted them to go for it. I feel like, you know, it's too far away from the Fnatic that I really like.
You want them
I know
to
we're
wheeling
praising
and dealing.
Yeah, it's like, you know, they've almost fallen over, right? It sounds like they've almost stumbled and fallen. Just go push them. Go. That's what you need to do.
They're teetering. You know, they're like Hans Gruber right now, just hanging on barely.
Exactly. Let go of that wrist watch and just
boot to the face. Get rid of him.
He trying to see if he could find something long range here. The Deagle. I mean, this is when he's out in the open like this. If they just swing with the Deagles, that is pretty dangerous. Going for a little bit of a boost here. I'm not sure why they think it's a great idea to take that fight straight up. Not worth it. Flusha pretty close. Freiburg, that's a nice kill. Forrest on the other side, and even though it looked like they were looking for it, they're just all going to get entirely wrecked. So if you're Dignitas, you love this round. From losing 4 into losing nobody, that makes up for a lot.
Well, that's as good as it gets right there.
Yeah.
So if you needed a good pick-me-up round, that was exactly what Dignitas were hoping for. And that's what you need to be doing off of the back of the pistol round win as well. So you can see on the first half, they got those 3 rounds at the start, and it looked great up until that point. And then Fnatic proceeded to trash them. We need to see something different here from Dignitas now and going into the second half. And so Forest just, you know, kindly drops an HE into Flush's face. Flush able to dodge a lot of that damage though, and so now it's going to be that standoff. Fnatic slowly trying to create some room here.
This is a very gentle delivery of that HE, wasn't it?
It was dainty. It was, you know, just here, have this.
He could have never made it as a FedEx courier.
No,
lost it in there. All right, 9-9, all tied up. I don't know. I don't feel like I know enough about Dignitas' CT side of this map to know whether or not it is going to be good enough to set it all off with. But maybe that question will be answered right here when Fnatic finally have all the rifles. Brolan, he's got the right idea, almost catching Heath at the perfect time. This is ridiculous. He's just 1 second behind him at all times. There's the Molotov, and he's not going to force him into a fight smartly. Heath saying, no, I'm not going to want to do that. He's right there, right angle, and he gets the kill. That is a good start.
So close. So close, but Brolan just not quick enough for the punish. We will get a second Molotov committed here from Golden.
Where did that go?
That was a big fat finger. But they are going to offer themselves up. Crim's even realizing that a second man is here close. Going to lose the duel, though. Freiburg, no way. Gets out of scot-free. No, okay, Golden catches him boxed. And so it is a man advantage now for Fnatic. They've slowly worked their way up onto the A site. They're going to get the bomb planted. And now it's on Forrest and Harry for the retake. Flush is very low, so there's a good chance. And nicely done catching Golden in the open. That was critical.
Yeah, very, very important. No more grenades left on the Fnatic side either. That bomb is slowly ticking, though. And I'm not sure if they know that JW is this far up. He's the only one with any real health, so if he goes down, surely they can find Flusher as well. There's the surprise, and JW took a long time to find that kill. He's looking right on top. Forrest is going to find him. And now there's some trouble here. He does not have a kit picked up. There is one on the ground somewhere, but Forrest isn't finding it right now, and he's not finding Flusher either. And I think he has run out of time, so that is as kind of rough, isn't it? Yeah, Flusher will die no matter what, but ultimately it'll be another round for the Fnatic side. And that means Dignitas will have to put their entire bank into this next round. And if they lose that, I think they just might lose grip of this game.
It's double digits again. And just like in the first half, Dignitas, they win the pistol, they win the following couple of rounds, and then they just cannot deal with that first buy. And so Fnatic now backs to the wall in terms of their own money. They are going to be able to squeak when JW goes for the deagle so he can afford some nades. And in the meantime, yeah, you're right. As you pointed out, Dignitas again, all the rifles, everything invested in here. They have to find value. I like this clever, nice boost, doing a lot of damage, but Brolan's going to get traded as far as damage is concerned.
Yeah, it nearly goes down. By the way, shout out to Forrest, who started out this game being -1 and 4.
Yeah.
And it's up to 15. Well, make that 16 if you count in the team kill.
Do we count that team kill, though?
I don't know. I don't understand why team kills give you minus, like, in kills. Can anyone just help me with that logic? Surely it would add more.
Well, you need some kind of incentive not to...
In fact, I'm going to say he's got 17 kills right now.
Yeah,
don't care if they're teammates. Swinging for the fight is Harry out in the open. That's the bomb leading it. And now, well, there's no more surprises. We know where that bomb is. Going to be picked up once again. Harry, flashbangs are really incredible here, saving him. I think he would have been sprayed down instantly. They're swinging onto the bomb site. Roland's pretty deep in there, but the defense looks like it's holding at the minute. And yeah, 40 seconds, and they've been pushed back.
Where is everybody? What is going on? This is the weirdest push coming in from Fnatic. One at a time, literally one at a time. It's almost like they want to give Dignitas a fighting chance in this round.
I mean, it's yeah, you're right. It's almost weird that it's even into a 3-on-3 or a 2-on-3 now, because it looked like they should have been completely shut down the way that they segmented part of that push. Another smoke, and JW sneaking into it, picking up a UMP. I don't know, something showed, and it's an expensive round, but I don't think they care. They're going to win it, tying up the scoreline 10-10. Dignitas, that's so critical, not allowing for the bomb plant either. So they're going to get some breathing space. Man. All right, this is a very strange round.
Yeah, just the weirdest thing.
All right, he was out of the smoke.
All right, then at least there's you know, some chuckling going on Dignitas' side, and they should feel good about it. They've tied it up again, 10-10. And that is going to set themselves up for success here in this second half. And their map pick as well, it's worth reminding you.
Yes.
This is not a single elimination bracket. This is the upper bracket. We do have a lower bracket. So if you lose here, you're not done yet in the playoffs of Flashpoint 2. But, you know, Dignitas right now fighting to stay alive.
Yeah, and actually doing, I think, a respectable job of it right now. Freiburg nearly must have had a heart attack. Got snuck up on by JW, who somehow did not get the kill on him. No one knows exactly how. Yeah, Heath again. He's really happy about taking some of these positions when he's up against the pistols, where he's really exposed like that. And I just think that's potentially a little bit of an issue. So far, they've only lost 2 players. Dignitas VIE. If they can keep it at that, that is really preferable. They don't have almost any money themselves, so you know they're probably going to win this round. They should definitely win this round, but the money is really what matters right now.
It's an impossible situation now for Flusha. 40 seconds left, but they're going to try and charge him. He's done a great job, though. That's exactly what you need to be doing, just trying to turn those into a series of duels instead of getting overwhelmed by the numbers.
But that is still way too many casualties in these rounds.
Sure, yeah, Dignitas, I mean, they aren't winning decisively, Anders.
Yeah, it's going to come back. It could very, very easily. They're essentially just digging their own graves just a little bit further down the road. 11 to 10. The most they have on anyone on that side right here is 1150 on Forest. So 1 loss here, and Fnatic will instantly swing it right back, and you know, not just a tie out of 11-11, probably go on to make it 12-11. So they need to keep fighting, need to keep building some sort of an economy here. They're in a scary position.
Oh, angles, but the Molotovs are keeping them from seeing each other? No, not quite. It's a close thing here, but JW just barely not spotting out Forest, who's right on the edge, just waiting for each other right now. Who is going to crack first? Is the patience going to pay off? No. Forest works his way around to peek with his teammate, so I do like that. This is actually ridiculous.
So close, isn't it? Freiburg now going to be sneaking in. Does he see the gun barrel or anything else? He's not seeing it yet. Oh, it's so close with the outline, isn't it? There's Freiburg. He's going to have the vision, and JW will go down. So a lot of time wasted. Now they're back on the A ramp, and I don't know. I mean, we can tell that right now there's only 2 people defending A, so it'll be a good time to go for this hit right here. Nice counter Molotov coming up from Heath.
Trying to stumble him up, trying to slow him down, but it's Hauserk over the smoke. Not going to get the double. Beautiful shot there from Flusha. Trading it initially, but it's still a man advantage here for Dignitas going into this retake. Bomb is going to get planted, so Fnatic have that going for him, and there's a big shot coming in. Again, Flusha trying to make the plays. He's going to burn alive. 2 on 4 now. Crimson Brawlin last 2 alive for Fnatic.
This should be doable. They have a smoke, they have a lot of diffuse kits, and there's nothing that Fnatic have to sort of stop them here, right? They don't have any Molotovs or anything else like that to put down to buy some time. So we'll see. All they need to do is win the fights. Freiburg, he'll get the first one. Brolan trying to use the angle. Really great double kill. He keeps going, and Heath will finally bring him down. But again, it is so expensive. That's a 4-on-1 that Brolan almost wins. And I can't stress this enough. It is awful to the Dignitas economy.
You can't do that again. It can't be Overpass again, where Crim's got the 4 kills, right, as they ran in one after another, trying to get the diffuse and bloody block for each other. You couldn't have that happen again, although it's like Crims gets bopped. You're like, okay, oh wait, but it's still Brolan alive.
He's 26 and 14. Yeah, that's a textbook way to abuse angles in Counter-Strike. It's actually really cool to see, isn't it?
It's so solid. Just fundamentals, man. That's what, you can see the frustration from Brolan. Definitely a winnable situation for him. And you can tell he was expecting the last guy to come from above. He raises his crosshair up, and it just so happens that the 4th player that he was about to shoot in the face goes low instead of high. So doesn't work that time, but it's still a bomb plant, and so it means that Fnatic still have the money for a big buy here. And Dignitas, it's not going to get any easier for him. And on Dignitas' side, I mean, dude, at least they do not let Fnatic start getting rounds chained up. You know, it's been 6 rounds won so far this half for Dignitas.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you just look at that, it's definitely It's trending in the right direction. I'm just so scared about the money. I just one stumble here and they're in hell immediately. Double push to middle from the Dignitas side, so they're really far forward. I wonder if they'll do anything with that apart from just being there. If at some point they actually want to keep going. They're close to B as well, so you know it's not such a bad position. And as long as they're forward on A, actually this defense kind of I take it all back. So I don't want them to push forward. If I was implying that, I want them to stay where they are right now. If they lose track of A ramp, maybe they could do something different here. But for the minute, this is a fine defense. Ooh, Holzak. He couldn't see them in the smoke, I guess. That looked like he should have got the kill on someone in the smoke at the very least. That's an issue. That's actually a giant issue. Bomb is, well, it's coming over slowly. Only one defending A right now is Heath, and that's the last grenade that he just had, using it pretty deep. Don't think they care. They're all gravitating on the other side. They have all the grenades here to shut him down. I don't know.
Well, there's the rotation. Freiburg with the molly trying to create a little bit of room here, and nicely done. Heath playing on the edges of the smoke. He's been the one popping off, at least in the first half, for Dignitas. Nice nade onto him, though. Forces him back. Now a 4-on-4. JW in position. Oh, beautiful! How does he live? That was a sick HE.
It landed right on top of him, didn't it? Yeah, he looks like he should have been taking way more damage. Again, the smoke is already on the bomb right now, so some pressure is on. Freiburg, he's going to tap it. He's got the kit this time. Only 2 seconds left, and no one is there to stop him, and that is going to be sneaking it away right in front of Fnatic. Now just keep the rifles alive. They will get 2 of them out, so I mean, that's something to work with. Fnatic will keep the pressure on. This is such a deceiving game. If it keeps going like this, of course, it won't really matter. But you're still right. They have won basically 7 out of 8 rounds in the second half here, Dignitas. So in that frame, you think, well, they're absolutely trashing them. This is going to be amazing. But it's because they keep losing so much money that Fnatic are not as far behind as you might think, even if it's 13-10 here. But yeah, that worked so well.
That was crazy.
And it's the same setup they've had all along, Dignitas, to throw that smoke from way behind onto the bomb. And as soon as it happens, you know, it's sort of hard if you're playing on the T side, knowing whether or not, you know, is someone in there already defusing what's going on? Should we swing to take the fight? If you do it too early, you know, maybe you just get picked off. So, wow. Heath on 22, Forest on 17, Harry on 16. So, and actually Freiburg up there 15 as well. They're all playing really well. I think Holzak again. You know, at least a couple of times throughout this, I would have probably picked him as being one of the people to watch with that AWP, because I feel like he can have a pretty interesting impact on the game, but hasn't been happening so far. Ooh, Grim's winning that fight somehow.
Well, okay then. That looked to be way too close, and now we'll change it up. So Brolin, more health, could get a little bit more aggressive over here. 2 players remain on the A side for Dignitas. Still have Force holding mid as well. But there's Freiburg taking the peek behind and not finding anything for now. That's a sick HE.
Yeah, bounced right up to him. A little bit of a setup. Looks like they want to go aggressive. If they could find the right time, certainly would be worth it. With that Molotov, yeah, and it's not a bad idea. If you peek right after they throw that, it's not unlikely they would have had all their focus on someone running out from behind that. Now JW is going to be sneaking in. Forest winning the fight against him. JW is going to be really upset at that. That would have been an amazing pickoff. Would have isolated over at this bomb site. Harry all on his own. Now instead, 40 seconds and a 4-on-4.
No, this is so much pressure now. With so little time. I mean, Fnatic have no room for error, and they're so light on the nades. No flashes now to help them. It's all smokes and mollies that they've got to work with, and so they're going to need to get it down early enough to give them some time to work with. 20 seconds. Oh, no, they line up.
Oh, no, it's devastating. And Forest was there with the flank. If they just even stayed alive, even if they got no kills, Forest would have made that round work for them. That's so unfortunate. Fnatic win this round, and the saving the 2 AKs is a massive deal right now. If they lose any one of these guns, it's going to come back. Like, this is what I was talking about. It's been a lot of rounds in a row here for Dignitas, and they've lost almost everything in every single round. So don't be fooled by the numbers, so to say, on, you know, just in terms of who's been winning rounds in the second half. That is not the only thing that counts. 2 AKs, they're not going to have that much else to work with here.
Yeah, terrific, and that's all off the back of Crims just opening it up right here. This kill right here. The opening kill so early in the round put so much pressure on Dignitas. And yeah, that's a frustrating loss. Hauser usually shows quite a bit of emotion, and so you can see a little bit of frustration here on the side of Dignitas. That's a round that they should feel like they could have gotten down.
By the way, at the end, I think it was when they sort of started that 4-on-4, Dignitas for once had no grenades, so they couldn't have done any of those like clever smokes, just, you know, to put onto the bomb plant or anything. Maybe that's also why they were playing a bit more forward, because they're sort of thinking, well, if we fall back, we don't actually have anything to retake with, so that could be dangerous. 11-13. Flusher setting up a little bit here, a little bit of pressure. Also from the other side from middle. In fact, 3 people in middle from the Fnatic side with the bomb. So they are playing this one a little bit differently.
Oh, nice HEs. Really liking the nade games here. Dignitas have been on point with those as well. Oh, this is going to be, yep. Just spotted, though, Freiburg. One step too far, and there's JW. Double entry onto the B site. Impeccable stuff. Halzerk has rotated over, but nowhere to be found. Fnatic, they've already backed off. They're not going to let you trade these kills that early.
Yeah, getting out of middle, regrouping. Looks like over towards the B side for the minute. Halzerk will find one of them, and how much do they want to change their minds? All right, changing it all the way, but that's being heard. Forest is already calling it in, and the full rotation. Look at this. This is really cool. A great example of just how much the audio on this map can make a difference. They're already in position. JW, though, with a 3rd kill, even low on health. And looks like even with the rotation, it could still be in trouble here. They're kind of low on the CT side. Forest trying to look over the smoke. No bomb plant yet. 24 seconds. Bit of a flash. Oh, and Forest! That flashbang is so good against him. Heath coming in, trying to be the hero. It's up against JW, who's looking for a quad kill at the moment. And I don't know, Heath, how do you find him?
Well, the bomb is planted for J-Dubs. There it is. He gets the shot. Headshot through the edge of the wall. JW goes down, and Heath, the hero for Dignitas on this map, nets himself a 25th kill. Only guy in double digits at the end of the first half for Dignitas. He was something like 15 kills.
Yeah.
And he has continued here on Vertigo for Dignitas. Vendetta cracking a smile, the coach for Dignitas VIE. And Fnatic now are actually feeling some pressure in the situation. They have now got to play perfectly if they want to end this in 2 maps. Train the 3rd map if necessary as well, which is going to get real spicy.
I can't believe they keep winning these rounds with 1 or 2 people alive. It's very rare that you see that. Like, usually if you go on the kind of win streak that Dignitas are on right now in the second half, or just their overall performance, you know, eventually you'll turn it around to the point where, you know, you start to really build up the economy. That just has not happened. If we plotted this out on like a graph that just shows, you know, just the Dignitas economy, you'd think like this is a team that's losing, right? Like they're not winning these rounds. Like it would just, if you only look at the money, you would think they're getting beat up really badly, and somehow it's not happening. It's a wild, it's a very unusual game for just that reason.
The nade's in play already. And again, it's going to be Fnatic just trying to create some space here on the A side. Molly used this time. No double nades, Anders. Molly to clear the sandbags out. But in the meantime, Flusha, is he going to be able to find anybody here? He's thinking about it. It is going to be the B commit, though. And holding close is Forrest. Do they check this angle? There's the flash. Picks up one. Harry's there to help out, and they are getting ground down to a halt here. Fnatic, they need to find the shots, but it's just not happening.
Forrest, oh, he darts around the corner. All right. That's interesting. A little bit of a boost to look over. It's a cool idea. But, I mean, there's so many people over at this B site right now. Even if they find one of them, I mean, that might just sort of make them commit and think, all right, now's the opening, but it's definitely not. Great counter flash. Freiburg and Harry coming in with all the kills, and Crims is going to go down. This time they live with every single member alive, and it's 15-11. Man, they have, I mean, they've put in the work here, Dignitas. Such an incredible game here on Vertigo. I've rarely seen anything like it.
Oh, they're getting Lady Luck to favor them, but clearly they've put in work, and that's something that Vendetta mentioned going into this. The coach for Dignitas VIE in the pre-match interview, that they were feeling more confident on their CT side, that they'd done some preparation, and so clearly the practice has paid off. And well, Dignitas now on map point, 4 of them. Really setting themselves up to force a 3rd map in this best of 3. And just again, to remind you, I think none of us predicted a Dignitas win in this series.
Yeah,
looking to prove all of us wrong today.
That'd be very cool, wouldn't it? A lot of damage on Fnatic early on here. Brolan goes down, and he wasn't even one that was on low health. Freiburg winning that fight. This is looking incredible right now. 5 versus 3. All Dignitas have to do is take a deep breath and don't give them anything for free right now. They're actually falling back. Look at the A-bomb side saying, that's it. We know we can retake this. We've done that even when it's been, 4-on-4s. Now, of course we can do that. More grenades landing. Man, I am really impressed. This has not been an easy game. This map for Dignitas, they could have just as well lost it, but here we are. 4-2. JW and Golden left, and Dignitas doing what not many people were expecting to happen at all. Train, as you said, a 3rd map in this series. A little bit of a fake on the bomb plant there. More grenades. Oh, they're landing in on the smoke, so not stopping Golden from putting the bomb down. It's on JW and Golden to try and extend this a bit further. Dignitas surely with 3 smokes on the flashbang can find a way to make this AWP more or less irrelevant. 1 smoke going to be landing. JW could still see, though. A little bit further back on the ramp is Golden. There's a flashbang. Oh, it's a headshot, actually, from Golden. And they're hunting down JW. They'll catch him as well. And Golden goes right down. 16-11. Dignitas with, I would say, very, very interesting win here on Vertigo. Quad kill, by the way, at the end for Holzerk, making up for otherwise pretty tough performance from him personally. Wow. Just, that is going to be a game that's going to be... It's very, very deceptive if you look at the second half, because you'll think that Fnatic just got, destroyed if you just look at the overall, and they definitely didn't.
Or they did that. They definitely did not. A lot of close rounds where it just squeaked Dignitas' way. But again, hard work pays off, and they managed to force a 3rd map in this series. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll hear what the analysts have to say after that.
The first map may have been a massacre, but Dignitas surprised as they bounce back to claim Vertigo 16-11. We'll be going to a third, and it will be coming in the form of Train and Potter. We were questioning if we would even make it to a third. We were questioning why Dignitas VIE brought this map into the pool. So what were they showing that really caught Fnatic off guard here?
You heard Vendetta talk about it, right? All the intel, all the information that they have on Fnatic, Vendetta felt like it should give them an edge, and it absolutely did. Dignitas did a fantastic job punishing and shutting down Fnatic early on in that first half. Anytime you saw JW making his move towards that mid ladder room or that A ramp, it was Dignitas being patient, cool, and collected, punishing out Fnatic. Now, I do have to say in the second half, man, I was clenched. I thought Fnatic deserved a few of those clutches to go their way, and it was Heath, the hero coming out for Dig. We even saw it on Overpass in the first map, right? Just full sticking that bomb through the smoke with low HP. On Vertigo in the second half, I think he converted 2 or 3 clutches even for the Dignitas side of things. So that was absolutely the X factor for Dig here.
Yeah, you look at the scoreline on this, specifically going into that second half, and the fact that Fnatic only managed to get 2 rounds, I don't think that actually really illustrates the impact that Fnatic had in some of those moments, because some of the situations got very close.
Yeah, as Potter suggested there, basically, I don't know why it was always Heath that was the last man, even if he wasn't the person killing everyone, but he would just always be defusing the bomb at the end of the round. It didn't matter how close it was. Sometimes they even had numbers advantages. Like, this was kind of ridiculous. If I'm Fnatic, I feel like we were over the finish line, we felt like, but you weren't quite, and it was that, like, a lack of attention to detail that cost them, because they were in winning positions. Like, if you say there, they got 2 rounds on the second half, that seems impossible. It felt like they were in control of so many rounds. Like, actually, they were punishing Dig pretty hard. The Dig players themselves had cooled right off, so I feel as though they sort of let them get away with one here.
Well, hopefully, we might be able to get a bit of insight on exactly what happened, as Monty has Samuelsson on the line for a 60-second catch-up.
Quick chat here with Samuelsson, coach of Fnatic. So first off, congrats for game 1. Bit tough in game 2. A hot topic of conversation has been the picks and the maps for this series. Vendetta said he did not expect you guys to play Overpass at all. Did you expect Dignitas to play on Vertigo?
Yes, we did.
Really?
It was basically the only map they could pick, so yeah, we expected it.
So if that's the case, you were prepped for it. What exactly went wrong for you guys?
Obviously, this was the T side. We only got 2 rounds, but I felt that we were in control of so many more rounds, and he survived with 1 and 2 for like 7 rounds. So we deserved more rounds, but we couldn't close them out. So yeah.
Were you surprised by the clutch ability of some of the Dignitas players?
Actually, yes. I felt that we should have closed so many more rounds, and I know we have like 6 break opportunities, but we didn't do it. So it's our own fault, I would say.
As we head into the final map, what are the points of adjustment that you've told your players that you want to make to close out this series?
They have never played Train in an official game with this lineup, so we need to focus on our game and play, our play style, and we will win the last map.
I mean, they hadn't played Vertigo with this lineup either, so a couple of maps so you haven't seen before. They may still have some tricks in store for you. All right, Samuelsson, good luck closing out this series for Fnatic.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Monty. Picking up on exactly what we were saying about having the trouble of closing out those crucial rounds, was there anything you saw, Christine, maybe from the Dignitas side, that allowed them to keep coming into it?
Oh, man, well, it's got to be Heath, right? Granted, we have to, I guess, in this hypothetical, take out Fnatic's failures and just think about Dignitas' positives here. And the positives, they're few and far between. I have to say, Halzerk, he was missing once again on Vertigo. Now, the third map, it's Train. That should be Halzerk's playground. We don't have the intel, we don't have the clips like we usually do on Train, but Train is an opera's paradise, right? So certainly for Halzerk, we need him to step up for the Dig side of things, but Heath, man, he is looking fantastic. The way that Dignitas are using him in those entries, you saw it here towards that middle, so many B splits, so much utility to back up Heath, to have the perfect routing for himself. So these are the good looks for Dig, but if you're winning rounds because of the failures of Fnatic instead of so much the strengths of yourself, it's not very sustainable, I think, for Dig.
Yeah, and I think that is the topic of conversation going into that third map, will be that sustainability factor. And we always see it with Fnatic. You know, they have the skill and the experience on this lineup. But I do, before we jump into that third map, I want to go back to a specific round that you were picking up, Potter. What are we looking at here?
We're going to go back to this B defense, and we're going to highlight Flusha and Brolan. The reason I'm highlighting these two is because Brolan on train towards that pop dog is a beast. But look at this, Flusha, just a perfect bait and switch, garnering this contact first, hops away, makes all of these Dignitas VIEs just tunnel vision on them. This is the perfect alley-oop setup for Brolan, and these kind of small gimmicky plays that Fnatic bust out all the time. Train, it's perfect for them. Flusha, he's going to be busting out the secondary AWP. JW going to be moonwalking all across the train. So Dignitas have a huge challenge ahead of them.
Yeah, the key thing for me as well is, like, if you're Fnatic, I know that map went pretty badly, but again, you had no intel on how they would play. So you've got to just look at how you've performed over the first two maps. Everything's going fine. Like, Brolan and JW are right where you want them to be. They're having huge impact on the game. Like, in theory, you just want to take more of the same and bring it into the third map and trust that they're not going to get away twice with playing maps they don't play. Eventually, it's going to bite Dig, and in theory, this is where you clean up.
Yeah, and that's a really good topic to bring up as well. Obviously, we didn't get the chance to discuss that Overpass map, which was the first map of the series.
Yes.
Fnatic were looking incredibly dominant on that, and particularly, as you said, JW had huge impact throughout that map.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we were commenting on the green room. I don't think I've ever seen JW have like a super high score, but like almost no deaths. Like, remember, this is a guy where the joke is the reason he gets those crazy kills and flanks and stuff off is he's willing to die more than that. So it's actually bizarre that you'd have such a crazy differential, and that kind of summed up that T side. This is not a map where they're monsters of T side of Overpass, but they looked incredible on that one. And the way they were just able to continually abuse any site they went into, the Dignitas guys looked really thrown off by that.
Yeah, they did indeed. And going into Train, of course, as we were saying, this is the first time we'll see this Dignitas VIE lineup specifically playing on this map. Is there anything you think we should be looking out for, Christine, from their side coming into it?
I just hope that Dig have all their protocols in order on the T side of things specifically. We've seen Train come out multiple times in Flashpoint 2 so far, and if they don't have either the T-Con control or the pop-dog control, they just get so constricted on the T side. So I need to see Dignitas going through the motions of pushing Brolan out of there, throwing some misdirection towards Flusha, and hitting that inner bomb site. Just simple, keep it simple, hash out those trades, because they're doing great on the trades. It's fantastic when they're getting into those sites. We just saw it here on Vertigo, so I think focusing on those trades and pushing Brolan out of there is going to be Dig's opening here.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point to bring up when we were talking about that consistency factor earlier. I know you were talking about Forest specifically coming into this, of course, a player with so much skill and so many years of experience. Did turn up in that second half of Vertigo. It was a little bit rough for him on the first half, though.
Yeah, I mean, actually, coming into this tournament, he was the 15th worst rated player in the entire tournament, including players that have gone out and only played a couple of maps. So it's been really, really poor overall. He was terrible on Overpass, but he did get it cooking by the end of the Vertigo game and actually had some pretty pivotal kills. This one on Train, I think they're going to really need him, because right now, my concern is also the T side for Dignitas. It's not a map they play, and I'm thinking of some of these younger guys. Like, if you're a guy like C.R.A.E and you're just getting sent into the blender of going out into Lolf, out into the outside area from the pop, that's really hard if you haven't played official matches like that. Scrims are a totally different story, because you can kind of take away the pressure of if you lose rounds. In an official game, it's real tough to be an entry on this map.
Yeah, and speaking of Train specifically, I do want to ask about Flusha as well, because you had the specific clip earlier on in our pre-game segment where you were talking about his impact on that map. So what should we be expecting to see from him?
Probably that secondary AWP. It hasn't been pretty for Mr. Big Brain Flusha here over the last few weeks, but that's the great thing about Flusha is even though he doesn't have the prettiest rounds so far, he still brings that impact, he still brings that value, and you saw that cheeky connector push coming out of Flusha. That's the great thing about this dude. He just knows when to turn it into the next gear and start making space for his squad. So for Flusha, CT side, second op, Train, it's a win condition, and it's a strong one for Fnatic.
Well, we may not have expected it to be going to the third and final map of Train, but two wonderful faces that we do expect to see are Anders and Semler to guide you through it. Take it away, guys.